Hey, what's up, it's mikeyperion here, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Minecraft 1.13. And I know, it's been so long now since the last time I made an episode here in YouTube. Well, like I said, I've been very busy this month. I will be very busy still, but with a lot of stuff. But sorry about that. Now we're back in business. Don't worry, we still got tons of exciting things to do moving forward in this channel. And I also got an announcement later, which I'm going to say by the end of this episode. So for the meantime, while I'm away, I did some off-cam build, but of course, I still do play from time to time, but I'm not recording it. As you can see here in the map, we got some updates. We got some huge change right over in this area right over here. I also have done some buildings on this area right over here, and as well as well, you have almost reached the end of the map, and I also have covered these squid farm right over here, which I've done during the last episode. So yes, well, I also have done this pier right over here. Well, I also need to add some boats in the future, but anyways, of course, that's a marina, and I'm going to show you guys these builds that I've done off cam. So basically, I have done a couple of buildings in this area right over here near the canal, just beside the canal right over there. So basically, I did this off cam because, well, while I'm away, well, most of the time I don't have a proper connection, a good connection to do some uploads. So, well, yes, so, well, basically, so from time to time I also need to play to relieve some stress. But anyways, so here's the build going out to from our home. Well, yes, this is the best view in the world, right? Especially when you just got out of your home. Well, it's a city vibe. It's a really cool place, I think. Well, I also have done this bridge right over here, of course. Well, I still got some mini torch right over here. I know it's not that appropriate, but I still need to put that there because I don't want some, mobs to spawn in that location. But anyways, so here's how it looks like. Well, I really like the vibe here, especially that this is a commercial district. Of course, we are going to place some stores in these areas all throughout the city. So at least, well, I mean, like I said, immersion is the #1 thing that we have to prioritize here in the build. Here in the city. Of course, like this store right over here. This is going to be like a bookshop where we are going to put all of our librarians in the city, especially those with very good trades. We are going to put them here in this shop. Well, this is also accessible to this other side right over here. Well, of course, we still got some NT plus right over here. Well, as you can see, this is a massive place. Well, I hope we can finish this before Minecraft 1.13 is going to be released. So basically, this location right over here is going to be something like where we are going to place a beacon. So I'm planning here to put something like a temple, with the beacon on the center. So this is going to be like the center of the city somehow. But that's like a tentative plan for the meantime. Well, I already got the concept, but I'm not sure if I'm going to implement that. But anyway, so I'm also going to build something here like a theater. So it's also going to be a massive build. Right over here is going to be a marketplace, and right over here, this area is open to the sea because this is going to be our main port here in the city. Of course, we are going to build a huge ship on this side, especially that we got a spectacular view of the city right over here. Although the render distance cannot be that, I think my render distance is like 8. I don't know. 8 or 12, something like that. But anyways, so what else? So last episode, yeah, so we have done the squid farm right over on this location. So this is from the last episode, aside from what we have done, the interior designing in our home. So basically, like I said, I'm going to cover this is going to be underground, and I also have done some changes. I made this top part of these tanks open, so at least we can also do some manual killing of those squids, especially that we got like fortune tree swords. So, well, for this episode, of course, we are going to finish the sunken base. And before we go there, of course, I'm going to prep up some stuff. I'm going to gather some materials before we start our build in the sunken base. But yes, well, and I'll be back. Well, it's been quite a long time since the last time we have made something here in the sunken base. So, well, somehow I'm pretty excited. Somehow I feel don't. But anyways, yeah, we still have to do this. We still have to finish this project, especially that we still got tons of things to do right over here. And of course, we are going to start by flattening this area. Of course, I already have done something here when I'm away. So I did some off-cam stuff, and I also got some materials right over here. I think I left this. So yes, well, so these are the stuff that we are going to use for filling the, you know, those holes, or those I mean, for our flattening operations. And yes, well, we still got tons of things to do, like this area right over here. We have to flatten this. Well, I am not sure though, because I think this is we're on level 40, so at least we can avoid those slimy stuff to spawn in this area, especially that. Of course, they're kind of annoying, right? We're on level 41, I think, so at least we can already prevent them from spawning. So that's why we need to flatten this area. And yes, well, we are going to start that in a while, and I'll be back. Well, like we always do, we always use these prismarine blocks to fill this gas, but I think I'm already running out of these prismarine blocks. Well, like I said, these slimy stuff are still spawning in this level, but if we have added another level, these you know, these slimes are not spawn anymore. Well, I have to say goodbye to them soon, because I think on this level is still like level 39. But anyways, so yes, of course we have to finish this, right? And we're done with our flattening operation, and later on we are going to cover this with dirt that will turn into grass blocks, so something like that. But anyways, I still don't have any plans on what we are going to do here, but I think I have better plans later on, and I'm going to tell that later. So the next thing that we need to do, of course, we have to replace this storage system, this crappy storage system right over here. Of course, we are going to build our box storage system for this guardian farm. And well, our original plan is we also have to connect the iron farm, but I think it's not necessary anymore. So basically, we are just only going to concentrate and connect these you know, guardian farm right over here in this area right over here. We are going to build the box storage system in this area connecting to our guardian farm, and I already have gathered some of the materials that we need for these redstone contraption. So basically, I think this is just the stuff that we need for this build though, I think. But anyways, so well, let's start this, let's do this, and yes, let's do this. So now we have done the layout. So basically, we are going to have like 2 to 3 levels for these redstone contraptions. So on the first part, of course, on the bottom part are going to be the storage chest, where we are going to put all of the stuff that guardian farm produce. And on this section right over here on the second level is going to be our sorting system, and on the top of this sorting system is going to be the railing system that the minecart hopper will, you know, go in and out of that guardian farm. So basically, there are only 3 items that we need to collect from this guardian farm, so that's why we have 3 sections of these storage chests. And these storage chests are just something like you know, manual chests, well, something to store those sea lanterns. Of course, you already got these railing system that will be connected to the redstone contraption or the sorting system on the top. And of course, this is connected to the hoppers beneath this garden farm right over here. So basically, there's a minecart hopper that will go around and collect those items that these guardians will gonna drop. So well, that's the idea for this box storage system. And of course, we have to continue building this, right? So now we got this sorting system. So it's the same sorting system that we have in the new Hyperion city. So basically, we need to sort out prismarine shards, cooked cods, and as well as prismarine crystals right over on this hopper right over here. So basically, we have used hopper lines to connect these sorting system to these chests below. So basically, we cannot use water because, of course, if we're gonna use water, and this is the sea biome, or this is the water biome, or ocean biome, I mean. So basically, all of the items are already sorted in this manner, and also we also got something like a miscellaneous stuff to be sorted, something like that. But anyway, so so now the next thing that we need to do is to connect the hoppers. So basically, the hoppers in this garden farm are still connecting to those chests on the backside right over there. So we have to change the orientation of these hoppers, and I hope, yeah, I know this is gonna be a big trouble though. Yes, so well, yeah, Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is just to kill these guardians, and I'm going to point down these hoppers to connect that to those minecart hoppers that will go around. And this is kind of annoying though, but anyways, I'll be back. And we're finally done with this sorting system. Well, these guardians are totally hate them. But anyways, so these guardian farms are already dropping those items. I mean, their items. And these minecart hoppers that go around will just deliver those items to our box storage system. So currently, we only have one. But later on, I will also going to add more minecart hoppers to be more... So for this, restaurant construction to be more efficient, so basically we can already see that some of the items are already being sorted out in this chest, and also we got these miscellaneous chests right over on this section. So well, I think we're already done. Well, this is working now, finally. So the next thing that we need to do is, of course, the decoration for this place. I'm planning to build something like a mountain. And there are still some mobs underneath though. But anyways, so the next thing that we need to do is to build the mountain to cover up this redstone contraption, and I'll be back. And basically, this is my idea for the cover up to cover this box storage system inside. So basically, I think this is going to look like a cavern if we're going to cover the top part. And I think the next thing that we need to add are the foliage. So at least, well, something like, because this is too gray, right? Of course, you have to add some more colors, especially green. And then on the top part, I think I can add something like an oracle. Well, I still have to think about that later. So, but the next thing that we need to get are the foliage, because I forgot that in the new Hyperion cities. So yes, well, I need to put back some of these slimes to the new Hyperion cities. At least we can have some more spaces over here. Well, yes, I'm going to go back to the new Hyperion city, and I'll be back. And we're back, and I'm back with some ideas of what we are going to do on the ground part of the Sunken base. I'm thinking that we can just build something like a forest, because I think that we also need to expedite things, right? So yeah, and why this section right over here is not loaded though? I think I just need to do some block updates, I think, so we can use some torch to update this, and yeah, there you go. So on this section right over here, we are going to build our nether portal, and I'm going to decorate that with some ruins. And on the side right over here, we are going to have like forest, I mean, and some giant mushroom. I think we can add some giant mushrooms, and of course we are also going to add some foliage on the sides of the mountain, just like what we have done in the guardian farm. And on the top part, we are going to have the oracles. So yes, I think that's the best thing to do. And later on, also got a surprise that we are going to build something cool on the, somewhere maybe, on the top part? Yeah. Well, it will be a surprise. I'm telling you, it's going to be exciting. And I'm also excited about it, but I'm going to tell that later. But yes, so let's continue building the forest and the foliage on this section, and well, let's do it. And we're done with this mountain or cavern. Well, it looks pretty nice, right? It's not that spectacular, but I think this is fine. And I think I also mentioned earlier that it's gonna be surprised what I'm going to build on the top, but of course I think it's going to be in the thumbnail, so it's not gonna be surprise anymore. Of course, the next thing that we need to do is going to be the oracle on the top part right over here. So I'm thinking that, well, it's just a basic oracle, I think. So, well, the design, it has to be consistent. It has to be gray. I have to use stones for this build. So, yes. And same as of what we are going to... Why am I not flying? I hate that. But anyway, so this looks pretty cool, right? I mean, at least we have some little consistency, because I have to use something like those stone slabs. So, well, on the... what you call this, on the nether portal, we are also going to have the same consistency as what we have on what we are going to build here. So yes, and let's continue building this. And somehow this look mystical, magical, mythical, whatever it is. But yeah, so well, this is kind of dangerous though, because we got an open fire right over here. But I think it's fine, because we're not going to go here that often. And I also got these small trees on this section, and looking on this side. Yeah, well, I think it looks great. I mean, at least we get that purpley thingy going on here. Well, at least we got some consistency, right? So, yes, so I think we're done on this section. So, the next thing that we need to do are the forest part on the ground of the sunken base. I think it's the best thing that we need to do because I need to expedite things, especially that this location is ginormous, right? So I'm just going to bone meal some stuff, and of course the nether portal. Yeah, so well, we still got tons of things to do, and let's just continue doing this episode. But anyways, so I'll be back. And day 2 of my recording session, and we're almost done covering this ground part. We get some dirt. Of course, this is going to be green later on, and yeah. So this is going to be like a forest, but somehow I'm already satisfied with this. But I think we still got some, I mean, I still feel like we're going to put something here. But anyway, so now it's time to build another portal. So we're going to remove this, and we're going to build another portal on that side right over there. And of course, we are going to have something like staircases. It's gonna be simple. I don't want to build something elaborate. And of course, like I said, we are going to bone meal some acacia trees, maybe. Yeah, I like acacia trees anyways, but yeah, we are going to use acacia trees. And of course, I almost forgot about the mushrooms. We are also going to build them later, and let's continue this. It's also necessary to make our nether portal a little bigger, of course. Well, like I said, I still think to have a simple design for this one. It's something like I'm thinking of like ruins, but we have to be consistent. I think we are going to use a similar design of what we have done in the Oracle. So yeah, so later on, well, like I said, you are going to see in the thumbnail of what we are going to build on the last part for this episode. Of course, we are going to build the dragon on the top of the orb. So I think that's the best or the highlight for this episode. And yes, so basically, just like expected, we spawned or we traveled on the same nether portal here in the nether. So going back, well, I think the next thing we need to do is just to continue on building, and later on, of course, we are going to build the mushrooms and as well as bone meal, some acacia trees on the sides. Well, I kept on saying this, but I don't want to be like a redundant. But yeah, I think I have nothing else to say. But yeah, so this nether portal works pretty well as expected. Well, there's nothing else to expect, but of course, we all know how this works, right? And why this base loads so slow though? So well, yeah, so the next thing that we need to do is to build. And why is there like a creeper? Oh my god, I mean, well, I think I still need to do some stuff around, but anyways, I'll be back. And we're done with the nether portal, so I think this looks fine. It doesn't look like a ruin except for those moldy foliages. At least we got some consistency, right? But anyways, so moving on, at least we're making some progress. So the next thing that we need to do, like I said, the mushrooms, and I don't want to speak about it anymore because I kept on saying it. But anyways, I'll be back. So I got a sample here, and that acacia tree right over there just grew up instantly. But anyways, so this is kind of inspired with those how do we call this? Those mushrooms in the black ridge, but it doesn't look like one though. But anyway, so of course I had to make it a little colorful. Well, just to add some vibrance here in this location, especially that we are totally gray, purple, and green. So at least we can. Well, this is also purple though. But anyways. Well, I also going to use some different colors around. I mean, different colors of the mushrooms. And yes, I'm going to expedite things because I'm really excited to build a dragon, and I have nothing else to say. But yes, so I'm going to finish this forest, I hope, and we're going to start doing the dragon, and let's finish things up anyways. And now we are done building the mushrooms. So basically, I already have built a couple of these colorful mushrooms. Well, I did some, I don't know how many. I already forgot though. I think this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think 7. I think, or 8 or 7. Yeah, it's only 7 mushrooms. So I think this is fine. So yeah. So well, we just need to wait for these acacia trees to grow. while building the dragon on the top. So I think it's the best way for it. So at least we can be time efficient. We can make use of the time while waiting for these acacia trees to grow. So yeah, I think I like the vibe here, especially that it feels foresty. I think I just need to add more vines and some more foliages, some bushes. So yes, well, I wish we could already have like those berries in the the Minecraft 1.14, right? So yes, so moving on. So now it's time to build the dragon on the top of that tower right over there, of course, on the top of the orb, and that is going to be the highlight of this episode. And well, already running out of words, to be honest. So I'm going to do that in the form of a time lapse, and I'm just gonna prep up the stuff that we are going to need for the build, and I'll be back as always, right? And of course, for the final build for this episode, we are going to build the dragon like I always say. But anyways, so, well, no time to waste, and let's get it on. the head looks little derpy now. But I think this looks fine, especially from afar. For me, it's more important on how it looks like from afar, especially in the perspective down below, because we're not going to go up here that often, I think, except if we're going to fly. So I think the more important perspective for this build is to view it from afar. So that's my principle for this build. So well, so let's take a look from afar. Like I said, for me it looks cool. Well, just a glimpse now. But yes, so I think I still need to do some adjustment with the neck because it looks kind of awkward on the sides. So well, yeah, I think the head went a little big, I think, because I need to add some more details, especially the horns, or what do you call that? The horns, right? So, especially the face and the facial features of the dragon, I need to emphasize that from afar. And of course, yeah, this looks cool, right? I mean, I like what we have done, except that it doesn't look really good up close, right? But yes, I think I'm fine with this. I'm just going to do some adjustments on the neck part. So, well, yeah, like I also said, I'm going to announce something later on. Maybe I'll just finish up the adjustments. And why some of those sections are not loading though. But anyways, so, well, look, a final look on this perspective before we finish this episode. Of course, I'm going to say something for later on. So, yeah, so, well, this looks cool. This looks cool. Well, I'm pretty happy with it, especially from this view. So yeah, so we're done with the dragon build. So like I said, I'm just going to adjust something, and of course I'm going to announce something later on, and I'll be back. And now we're done with the builds for this episode. So basically now I think it's time to do some recap because we are going to do some a lot of change for the next episodes for the Let's Play series, especially that, of course, my announcement is that I'm going to start twitching. Yes, so well, let's do a recap first before I elaborate my announcements. So basically, of course, maybe this is the last time that I'm going to do some recap. Of course, like I always do for every episode, I always start with a recap. So this is how it looks like, especially at night. It looks really awesome, right? Well, yeah, about the Twitch thing, well, I'm totally excited about it, especially that I already have tested a couple of streams. So well, that tail though, the tail, I think I'm fine with it. I'm fine with it. It's kind of short, especially the torso is pretty small, but I think I'm fine with it. Especially it was covered by the orb though. From this perspective, of course, we also have done this oracle right over here, which is pretty dangerous oracle. But anyways, so of course the acacia trees have grown. So the forest, section of this sunken base is look dense now, except that I haven't, I actually forgot about the foliages. But anyway, so here's the cavern. So this is the box storage system for our guardian farm. Well, it's not that totally efficient yet. Yes, I also forgot to put another minecart hopper for this box storage system, but I'm going to put that later. So basically, we're also done with this, and of course, this is the forest section, and of course, we also got another of this section on the other side. So, but anyways, yeah, so I'm pretty much happy of what we have done here, although it's bone meal. It's not cheaty though. That's what we call time management, by the way. But anyway, so this is the Nether portal, and yeah, so well, the perspective here, well, it's not that spectacular. I think it's more awesome in the front part. But anyway, so this is how it looks like from the bottom here. Although the wings look really awesome, right? I like the wings. I like what we have done there. So yeah, so about the Twitch, so I already have started testing out the streaming on Twitch. I already have started streaming, but I didn't announce it because I'm trying to optimize my settings. So basically, maybe I can do a formal one or a launching or a formal launch of my Twitch, program. Of course, I'm doing live streams, and currently I'm still in the process of optimizing my settings, especially of course with the applications that I'm using with OBS and stuff. So yeah, and the behind. But anyway, so that's my announcement. So I'm going to start doing Twitch soon, and I'm going to launch that. And basically, I'm still planning things out. So, well, that will be soon enough, for maybe a couple of days. But anyways, so, of course, thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a comment, please leave a like, and make sure to subscribe. This has been mikeyperion, and I'll see you guys next time.